Hey lovelies, it's She here with Golden Thread Tarot, and I'm here to bring you another channel message. How are you doing, Taurus? Okay, let's get you a channel message. So, right off the bat, your spirit guides weren't playing around. They went ahead and popped these out as I was shuffling your deck right before I hit a play. Okay, right before I hit record. Okay, so the Emperor energy. So somebody here is definitely stepping into their masculine energy. You could be, you could be in a feminine or a masculine. Okay, so masculine energy is just about getting up, getting stuff done. You're looking into your options. I feel like somebody here is getting into their getting up masculine, searching out there and searching for options. Okay. Yeah, they might be hitting some roadblocks because they're kind of like I'm trying to listen to my intuition. I saw the High Priestess card there too, right? I'm trying to listen to my intuition, but I'm not sure what I'm being guided to do. I'm looking for just one, right? I have all these different cups, but there's just one that I'm looking for, right? Just one that's just right, and I'm trying to listen to my intuition, right? Yeah, I just got one cup, and once I get that, I want to take it forward. I get this idea, or I have this, right? I definitely, you definitely have a, if this is a particular person that's being represented, or a particular idea, one that catches your fancy, one that really is either a person that's very independent. You're looking for it out there. It looks like it would be a good match for you. Okay, right? It looks like it would really work out for you. Yeah, you're kind of wanting to jump on it pretty quickly, but you're worried that you might get rejected, or you might worry that, maybe you don't have the qualifications for this job, or this, you might be worried that you don't have the qualifications that this person would want in a relationship. Okay, or you have a particular path that you want to go down. Okay, they're keeping it pretty general. A particular path that you want to go down that's really going to help you build your independence, right? And you have one on your eye, one that you admire more than any, but there's still options, right? You're still keeping your options open a little bit, less open if it's like a person. I feel like, but if it's like a job, you're like, I would, or a college or something like that. You're like, this is my top pick, but I also have backups ready. I have backups ready, right? And you're just really looking forward out there to the future, trying to find the best pathway to move forward, right? One that can really help you with your independence. Yeah. But you feel like something has to come to an end first, or you're worried that, that it won't work out, or that, but it's like, oh, I would love to get this job, but what if I get this job and I'm not qualified, or I'm not ready, or I don't want to move across. There is something that's going to have to come to an end here. Okay. For those of you who want a relationship, there is something like another relationship or a thought process or something that's going to have to come to an end if you want, union with this, whatever it is, right? Whatever you're trying to manifest in, whatever you want union with, something's going to have to end first, right? As one door closes to make room for another one to open, right? Yeah. Oof. If this is a person, you could be a very strong, like, loner type, okay? And you might be like, I do want to have love out there, but I do like my alone time, but I do have a very, like, strong personality, or a strong will or mindset, or, I have a very certain, like, goal that I have in order, and I feel like, I'm going to have to defend myself to end this, right? Now, this might be just going to a landlord and being like, hey, I have to end this lease early, negotiate it, or negotiate, ending a relation. It's not really giving me relationship vibes, but there is something that has to end here first, and you feel like you're going to have a good defense, or a good statement, or a good reason as to why this has to end. And you just feel like if you ended this and you were just solo by yourself, you would be so much stronger, right? And you just love it, right? That's the goal for you. Independence is the goal for you, right? You might be worried that if there is like a ruling or something where it has to come down to you trying to end a contract early or close down some work contract, or like a lease agreement or something, you're worried that that whoever is making this decision, like it won't come down in your favor. Well, let's help towards that. How can they end this? What's gonna help them to end this, that whatever needs to end? Oh, Three of Swords. You might have to, pay a little bit more than you want to pay. You might have to get a little heartbroken about something, right? You might have to make some compromises about something. I see you wanting to make decisions really quickly and really like you're just like, oh, come on, let's go, right? It's the kind of energy that I'm getting. Like, I want this to end. Let's get it over with, But there's gonna be a little what do you call it? A bittersweet. It's like a bittersweet ending to this. So you might have to pay a little bit more than you want to get out of the contract. But there's a Tower here, right? And I feel like that's what you're avoiding, right? You're trying, Tower on the floor, right? You're trying to avoid for everything to be, it's kind of this feeling of like, I don't want to completely destroy everything, like I really work to build up these work relationships, or, I want to move to another, I still want to have like good work relationships with these people, with this job afterwards. They're good contacts here. Or, I just want to get out of my lease with this person or something. And then, I would love to still live in this building. So I don't want to end, I don't want to do it in a bad way, but I'm really, I really want this to end and I want to be by myself. Right. And you're trying to, that's the options, right? What's going to create the least damage? This could definitely have to do with a friend or a friend circle, okay? Or some kind of like gathering or group of people that you belong to, right? You're like, I want to leave this job, but I don't want to make a bad name for myself in this industry or something. Or, I still really appreciate these people, but I want to get out. I want to get out and I feel like I'd be stronger, or maybe you want to dissolve some kind of partnership or something. You're like, I don't, I love this for when I was here. It was great, but it's time for me to go on and have some independence here. Yeah, because you feel like you'll be much more successful by yourself. And this is not necessarily giving me like I want all the money for myself. You just think, I will be, but I know that it's, my wants are to be single so I can end this to start something else, right? For some of you, it might be a relationship and you're like, yo, like this one relationship has to end, has to come to a full, complete end, or has to go through the legal procedures or whatever before I can go towards something else. Like you feel like towards like you're being very matter of fact about it, you're being very practical about it, But it feels very business-like. So, yeah. There's an offer that you want to take, but you feel like you can't. There is an offer that you're being presented, or an offer you want to make someone else, or a different position or something like that, a resume you want to put in a different place, or you're being offered a different position, but you're like, but they're asking me to leave now, like right now, like not finished working out my contract, like right now, and I feel tied up. I feel like there's gonna have to be some bittersweetness. It's like you're gonna have to choose, right? Do you want to turn down this offer that seems like, it's so much better, and it'll be better for you, more prosperous, more longevity there for you, and kind of possibly risk hurting I'm not thinking like hurting, but it's like, it's like, I don't want any bad blood in the industry. I don't want any bad blood. Yeah, I don't want to just leave them high and dry, right? I don't want to just leave them high and dry, but this new position is incredible. And I would be a fool to pass it up. You know, this new opportunity is fantastic. I'd be a fool not to pass it up. Any of them wouldn't pass it up, you know. But you're just like, how? How do I end this? How do I end this contract? How do I get out of this? This is some kind of lesson for you here, okay? Because you've tied yourself to something. But Empress, you know, whatever this other thing is going to be very, very fruitful for you. But there is this devil energy that's standing in between, right? There is this lesson, this karmic lesson that you need to learn in between getting to your abundance, right? You got to learn this first. You know, you need this piece of information first. You got to learn this lesson. For some of you, it's going to be bittersweet because the lesson is going to be you never should have gotten into this contract to begin with. Which seems kind of like too shitty for you, know, kind of like, damn. But not all of you. But for some of you, that's going to be what the bittersweet is. And for some of you, the other bittersweet is, look, your partner or this other person, they just might not like you as much, but it is what it is, right? It's an offer, right? They might kind of have some hurt feelings about it, but, you know, it's an offer too good to refuse is what I'm hearing. Just make sure you do this the right way, which I feel like is what you're trying to do. You know, you're trying to do this the right way because you're trying not to create any kind of bad karma for yourself. Exactly. This is a general reading, but what's some advice? What's some advice on this for Taurus? The Fool. Go towards your new beginning. Just do it the right way, right? Yeah. You just got to do it. The King of Wands. The King of Wands is somebody who's willing to stand up and defend what they really want, right? I'll go through the court case, or I'll go through the hearing or whatever I have to do, whatever it is. I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do to defend myself so that I can end this in the past and have my new beginning, right? In as timely way as possible, because you are being called to do this, judgment, right? You are being called to stand before judgment and say, okay, like, it's time. Right? So if this is like a court case or something, like, just go ahead and do what you need to do. Practicality, yeah. I really feel like for a lot of you, Taurus, let's be honest, you don't want to give up the coin. You don't want to give up the coin. Right? The bittersweet thing is you're going to have to give up some coin. You're going to have to buy yourself out of this contract. You're just going to have to do it. Right? Because you know you want out. But you might be like, I mean, I don't know, you know. It might not be small money, right? But you're being asked to give up. You're like, I don't want to give up 4 pentacles so that I can get 10 pentacles. Come on now. 9 pentacles, 10 pentacles. Come on now. This is a part of you that needs to be healed, Taurus. Let's be honest about it. You're being stubborn. You're being stubborn about this. You're like, it's the principle. It's the principle of it. I shouldn't have to pay for that. What do you want? You want what you really want? You're like, I get it. You're like, I want things to be fair, right? But you know what you want to go towards. You know that you have a passion about this. You're just going to have to be a little bit more generous in this situation, I really feel like, to get to close out the cycle. Compassion. You're not going to be, because I feel like you analyzing this, like, very much so, like, on the money side, right? But, and I know you want things to be fair and equal and balanced, okay? I get that, right? You want everybody to win, especially you, right, in this situation. But there's going to be a bittersweet. And for a lot of you, the bittersweet is going to be just paying up, paying out of pocket, or just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and pay the money so you can get out of this contract and go on and do what you really want to do. Because it's worth it. You know? Spirit saying it might take you a little bit of time, but over time, 10 of Pentacles. Also, Spirit is saying there's opportunities that they are raining down on you, but you are not taking. They are trying to show you a way out of it, but you're too in your head to see the way out, to see the way. Because like I said, you're stubborn. You're like, it has to be this way. And Spirit's like, what about this and this and this and this and this? And you're like, no, 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 no. This way only. This is the only way. This is the way. And Spirit's like, there's 20 different ways around you. Pick one, right? Because the way you might want to go might not be the way. You might end up having to pay more the way you want to go. Spirit's trying to send you on the way that's going to be the path of least resistance. Always remember that, right? Exactly. You might be like, I don't want to put money in that other person's hand, or I don't, like what? Right? You're so in your head about it. But you're still, you're slowing yourself down, worried about this pinnacle. Sorry about that. But yeah, so you're avoiding it, right? You're avoiding it. The situation it's like something you need to do, and you're just avoiding doing it because you're too in your head trying to figure out a way to be like, no, there has to be a way that I don't have to pay money, but I can still get out and I can still keep all the money. And it might not be solely about money. Like I said, for some of you, it's like it's the principle of it, and it's like, just pay the money, just pay and get out of the contract, and let's go on and move on and go have your independence and go have your fresh new beginning. This is the devil energy that you're facing, right? You gotta end that contract, right? Pride and ego can get you there. That's what's making you stubborn. That's what's keeping you stuck in this situation, right? You want to get out. You might just have to, whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, you might just have to come up off that Queen of Pentacles, or you might just have to pay that Queen of Pentacles and get over with it, right? You might just have to pay the piper and get over with. That's really what I'm getting mostly for you, Taurus, right? Yeah, right? You want, you might have to pay for something to get expedited. I don't know, some paperwork or something like that. I just heard that. Maybe that's what you're like, I don't want to pay to get this expedited. Maybe it's documentations or something. You're like, it's mine. Why should I have to pay to get any sooner or something like that? And you're just like, you need this to get this over with. Come on and go ahead and do it. You need to do it. Like, it needs to be done. Like, just go ahead and do it. Right? The Sun with the Knight of Swords. Right? Yeah, because once this comes to light, once you have this realization, things are going to move really quickly, right? Once you do this and you just face this, you're like, okay, things are going to move really quickly, and things that you've been waiting for to they're just all going to fall in place, right? And you're going to close this distance between where you are now and your goal, which is the independence that you want. Yeah, I'm hearing you can't avoid the change that just needs to happen. Ace of Pentacles. Just give up the coins. It's like, or you're worried about the money. You're finding a way to have the money. Spirit will trust Spirit, right? The money is coming. It's coming. The way for you to get out of here is opening. Trust that, right? You're going to go on this voyage. You're going to get good news. You're going to get this that you want, right? And you need to understand that if ways are blocked, that's not the way, or it needs to be or you need to choose a different path, right? It's a different way to do it. Go down the path of least resistance is what Spirit is saying. Go down the path of least resistance. Honesty. Be honest with yourself. Come on now. Just pay. Just pay the man. Just pay the woman. Like, come on now. Yeah, healthy boundaries. You need to set up some healthy boundaries here. In every relationship. Between you and your money. Okay? Between you and your pocketbook. It's gonna be, that's what I keep hearing. Like, for some of you, it's not all of you, but for some of you, right? For some of you, you're dealing with a Capricorn, and you're like, this Capricorn is trying to squeeze me for every little bit that I'm worth before I leave, or something like that, right? You need to right? You need to defend yourself and put up healthy boundaries, right? Yeah, release the past. Whatever you got to do, do what you need to do to release this past. Be like, look, I'm putting my foot down about this. Like, it's over with. Star. Yeah, you're getting guidance on this right now, right? Enlightenment, you're being guided through messages, signs, dreams. Listen carefully. Number 16, 52, 23, 18, or 20. Any of that might be significant for you. Okay, Taurus? does Taurus need to know about this situation? Taurus, you're going through a Kundalini awakening. Feel your power gaining momentum. The awakening is happening. Yeah, like you're waking up and you're like, I'm not going to stand for this shit anymore. I feel you, Taurus. So. Dreams. So you're definitely being guided through dreams as well. Like you're having dreams about this, right? Spirit might be coming to you, showing you how to work things out. Or, you know, you might just be having a random dream and somebody pops in and you're like, why were they in my dream last night? You know, you might want to call them, you know, or it might be the person that you need to avoid, or somebody that, you know, they might be bringing in some kind of solution to you, or might have some kind of solution that you're not thinking about, right? Be open to the ways that you're manifesting this happening, right? Your subconscious is trying to manifest a solution for you, right? Written in the stars. It was fated. All this that you're going through right now is fated to happen, but also whatever you're fated to leave, it is fated for you to go and to get this independence and to go and do this, right? You know that. You feel it in your bones. You know this is what you're supposed to be doing. So Spirit is basically just telling you, like, do what you know you need to do. Do it the honest and right way, you know? But because you know that you need to get this done. You know, it's just something that's standing in your way that you kind of, it's kind of a little bit like biting the bullet, or biting, you know, shoving down your ego or your pride a little bit, you know, and that's just being honest, right? Right? So inner child healing, you're really being prompted in the situation, whatever the situation is, to do some kind of inner child healing. It might be some inner child healing around putting up those healthy boundaries and saying no means no. It might be some inner child healing about, you know, money scarcity, you know, having a lack mentality around money, feeling like, no, I can't pay that, I can't do that, you know, or I don't deserve that kind of energy, okay? But whoever this is that you're in this situation here, it could be a Virgo as well. We did definitely have, or a Capricorn or a Virgo, definitely earth sign energy. So you could definitely be dealing with an earth sign energy here, okay? Or a fire sign energy as well, right? But this person or this situation was brought into your life to bring some inner child healing because this person is a member of your soul tribe, right? Or whatever you're being drawn to go do is going to put you in alignment with a member of your soul tribe, true love, Ace of Cups, right? You're being so heavily, you're like, I just know that I have to get out of this contract and I have to go here, or I have to know that, I just know that I have to do that, right? It's because you're really being drawn there because there's somebody else that you're supposed to meet there, right? Not just that, but you know that it's going to help you with your it's going to help you with your independence, right? You're going to find, because soul tribe members could be people that are just, you know, like I said, somebody could be coming into your life. They could be coming into your life in your dreams. You know, they could be parts of your spirit team telling you, like, hey, this is where you need to go, or this is what you need to do, you know, or like I said, you have a dream about that person. You're like, I haven't thought about them in forever. And you're like, maybe I should call them. And you call them and they're like, oh, blah, blah. And they might just mention, blah, blah. They might just mention, okay, a solution to your problem. You have to be open to allowing solutions to come in unexpected ways, because that's when the magic of the universe just lines up and you're like, oh snap. And just think, if I had never had that dream, I never would have called that person, I never would have talked to them, I never would have heard them talking about that or overheard them talking about somebody. And or, you know, we wouldn't have been like, well, let's go out and get lunch together. And we wouldn't have ran into my friend that's like, oh, don't you need this done for you? And you're like, oh, this is my friend. He works on legal cases. Really? Because he gets people out of contracts. Really? Because I'm trying to get out of a contract right now. Like, you see how it will naturally manifest into your life if you just let it, because you are manifesting this, but you have to open up a little bit and allow it to come in. Definitely. Okay, so the fifth dimension, there is a connection beyond the physical. Yeah, like you are really practically grounding yourself in, there have to be practical ways without letting room for the spirit world to come in, right? Divine protection. This, you know, rejection is protection. So a way that's not opening up means it's not the best way for you. Trust that, okay? Hello, surrender. Surrender to the divine plan. Try doing some meditation, okay? Try and do something to like get you out of your mind and back into your body, right? So that this answer can come in. Because right now you're like, I just don't know. And that's blocking you up even more, okay, Taurus? Whew. All right, well, I enjoyed your reading. I hope you don't feel like I was, you know, riding you too hard about the whole money thing, the whole money issue. But for somebody here, that's a big thing. And Spirit is like, yo, like, A solution is going to present itself if you just stop being so stubborn about it having to be a one particular way, right? So keep your mind and your heart open, okay? Because the universe will flow in and show you the way, right? Yeah, it's definitely, right? Healing yourself is a priority right now. So keep that in mind as well, right? Sometimes the best way to find a solution is to kind of get your mind off of it and do something that just makes you feel happy, something that gets your mind off of it. And it's like when you're trying to recall a particular fact and you're just like, I just don't, what is it? What is it? What is it? And it's not until later when you're not thinking about it anymore and you just allow it to flow in, right? So look for those moments of allowing yourself, you know what? I'm just not going to think about it right now. I'm going to go do this instead. I'm going to go do that instead. Not avoidance, not continuously doing that, right? But going out there and doing other things, working, concentrating on other things. It's going to allow the solution to come to you, okay? And be open to the way that it might come to you, right? You have options, right? And Spirit's trying to show you that you have options out there. So stay open to them, right? What is it? Third party, yeah. So you might have a third party interference here, okay, with somebody who's trying to copycat your work or somebody who's trying to, I don't know how that might fit in, but that's for somebody, okay? All right. You might have somebody trying to stand in your place or trying to sign documents, with your name on them, and you're like, I didn't sign this shit. There's a loophole here somewhere. Somewhere, yeah. And definitely somebody here has some kind of codependence energy on you, right? Like I talked about earlier. Whatever, this devil energy, right? Like somebody doesn't want to let go. Either you don't want to let go or somebody doesn't want to let go of you because they feel like the business or whatever it is will be less prosperous and they know that, right? And so they're trying to actually really work against you. Yeah. You have their heart, but move on because this isn't going anywhere. Let go and let spirit work. What did I say? Somebody is betraying you, right? So the answer is going to reveal itself, right? Move on and let spirit and let spirit help you figure it out, okay? Thank you so much for being here with me today, Taurus. Okay, I hope this gave you some love, light, and clarity that you were looking for. If you like the content, give it a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, think about subscribing and sticking around, including hitting that bell for the notifications, okay? And also, if you feel drawn, thank you in advance, you feel drawn to donate or chip to the channel, excuse me, the links for those are in the description box down below, as well as if you feel guided to watch any of my other readings, please do that. Or if you feel guided to reach out to me to get a personal reading, all right? Of course, I'm not qualified to give you legal advice or anything like that, but if you feel guided to get a personal reading or spirit guided reading on something else, the information, my contact information is down in the description box below, as well as the links to any of the cards that you saw me use, including my personal shop, excuse me, Taurus, including my personal shop where you can grab this My Beloved Twin Flame deck if you're interested in it. And as you saw for this reading, you can do it for more than just love readings in general, right? So thank you very much for being here with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, Taurus.